Yeehaw! Yeah. No more pregnant kitty.
That's the idea.
What a way to start.
So instead, yeah. Anyway.
Yes, good point. Pregnant kitties. That's how we should start off Star Wars.
Yes.
Never mind the fact that Mike is playing one.
Oh,
Why are you so low? I can barely hear you.
Ooh.
it's you, Mike.
No, like I'm talking about volume. I can hear everything.
I know.
Except Jerry.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. You are soft. Everybody else is nice and loud.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on my side. I'm coming up pretty good. From what I can
Yeah,
read.
drum's coming up really good. I had to actually turn him down. I always have to turn everybody down, though.
I'm using the good mic.
Yeah, I hear you very
Mike's on-
quietly
Mike's
too.
on the good
It
mic?
sounds like you're not. Sounds like the mic is not picking you up directly. It sounds like it's a in the room mic.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Oh,
Thank you, Brittany.
how's this?
That was actually better.
It's a podcaster mic. It should be picking me up just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like we're good to go. Oh, I need to adjust something on screen real fast.
Make sure that you're not
Thank you.
muted.
I'm not muted.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe if I change where I'm sending this out to.
Can't stop the signal, Mel.
Did everybody just stop talking while I'm trying to...
I know, you're right.
Yes.
Like,
No.
I'm testing for volume. Test. No, everybody stop
Do
talking.
do 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 la 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 la.
Quiet. He's testing for volume. Oh, that's not what I need.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Testing.
That's what we're going to get.
Oh, doggone it. And I forgot the intro again. So can somebody give us a recap?
Who did notes last?
I did.
Who's doing notes tonight?
Not me.
Definitely not me.
Wait a second. 12-4. I
I'm-
thought it said Mike.
I'm
Did you guys
praying that
switch?
it's not me.
Well,
Hang on. Oh, wrong channel.
yeah, 11:20 was Anthony, but since he's not here anymore,
Mhm.
Oh, right.
I vote one of the new guys.
maybe not the new guys on their first night
I mean,
Right.
I guess I can.
because they're not going to
Okay.
know everybody's name yet.
Yeah, so
I will
take
take
we
I'll
don't-
let
we-
you. I'll let you guys decide. I am sorry. I just had a lot of stuff going on this week and totally spaced out doing the intro.
Oh yeah, it's no problem.
Brittany, get this time,
I will do
and I
that.
will get it next time because I don't want to put my glasses on.
Okay. I got you.
So I will get next
Please and
game.
thank you.
Thank you, my love.
Okay, so while we are finishing that up and getting ready for game recap, why doesn't somebody roll us some XP for this month? And do we have any December birthdays? I don't think so, but
We do.
who?
Me.
That's right.
2 days ago, you wished me happy birthday.
That's because Facebook helped me.
I'll get it.
If it
What is
wasn't
it?
for
Somebody's
Facebook,
got it together.
D6 plus 1 normal, right?
Yes.
so which
Ooh.
new guy would like to, or is Dale rolling? Are you rolling,
Oh.
Dale?
Yeah, no, they should roll.
I forgot something. I'll be right back.
Not for your birth. You have to do your birthday, but we could have one of the new guys roll for XP.
Well, I started and I rolled a 1, so I'm all for them rolling.
So we got 2 for the birthday XP. Somebody want to roll monthly XP?
Hey, go ahead, David.
I don't know what it is.
You just roll 1d6.
/ R space.
Well, I know how to do a roll. I didn't know
Yeah.
what the roll
Yeah.
was.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
1d6 plus 1.
So I heard 3d6 plus 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot we're doing Dungeons and Dragons character building.
Four. Good job.
Okay.
Oh no, 4 plus. He
Plus
gets
the
supposed to
one,
be
yeah.
plus 1.
Okay.
So actually 5. So 5, 6, 7 altogether.
Yep.
for this
7
month.
total for the month.
Nice.
So congrats. Don't spend that all in one place.
Oh, God damn it.
No, I'll be spending that all in one place. Sorry.
I am.
I mean, how many places are we allowed to spend? I mean, no, wait, XP works like karma too, so I guess you can spend it in more.
that
than one
is
place.
true.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, any of your stuff that's 2 dice, right? You buy 3 levels of that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I'm a new character, so I don't have 6 or 8 dice and everything.
Neither do we.
You guys don't have 6 or 8 dice and stuff?
What? That's crazy talk.
None of that crazy talk here.
Actually, now that you mention it, I do, but
Well, see?
Yeah.
And Jerome's holding a gun.
Yes.
Whoa.
Run.
He means it.
It's my blaster
He
prop.
does.
Star Wars blaster prop.
Nice.
That's on my my Christmas list. It's my 2 dual lightsabers and my blaster.
Gotcha.
all right. So last game. We were on the. Did we ever get a name for that planet?
No, it's Nestos' planet.
Yeah, Nestos planet. It's
where
called
Nestos
Nestos.
is from.
Yeah.
Nestos is holler. So we were on the planet, which, just real quick, I did figure out why I didn't know about the plan to bring Nestos back. That was the game I missed. The whole, hey, we're going to take him, was the game that I missed. So
Yeah.
that's why
right,
it
you
came
did
up
miss
last
the game.
game. So we had a lively discussion about, rescue this Force-sensitive child versus, hey, we're kidnapping him from his planet. We took him with us. On the way, we decided to go back to civilization instead of finishing our mapping job.
Because the ship was ungodly amounts screwed up.
Yes. And also because we got this kid with us now.
Yeah.
On the way back, we find a distress signal. We find a drifting airless ship out in the black. We go over there. We send the droid first. We find a ship full of dead bodies.
The droid gets attacked.
I was getting there. We find some IDs. Then we find some space creatures, some slugs that are drawn to heat, start attacking us. They attack T4, and I shut him down. Sorry, guys. So they attacked Owen and who was it?
So, Nasara.
Um,
We had sent the 2 best gunners in case of trouble.
Ashi heads over there and provides bad Jedi skills.
She kicked ass.
Montan heads over there and gets the gravity on, squishes the bugs. We in the ship we find 3 carbonite frozen people. One of them failing, we bring them back. That's one of our new guys. The other 2 are still frozen on our ship, and trade only through the Force manages to rouse this guy with his 40-something roll. So we have a new person on board. We are, as far as I know, headed back to civilization.
As for the moment, we have a orphanage on the ship, two of which are frozen.
Yeah, pretty much actually.
Are they children? Like I don't remember getting a description of just there were other bodies.
Two were children.
Yeah.
Because remember, the recording being, the life support was routed to keep the carbonite going for the children.
Okay. Previously on Lost.
Yeah.
So
All right,
then-
if I remember correctly, we
So
were.
then you guys, so to get this game going, then to where we left off, as you guys have attached the ship, you have thawed out the other individual who was in the failing carbonite freeze, and you guys are making the jump back to the back to the Tapani sector, specifically in the House Tapani section.
And I did tell them not to wake the others.
Yes.
Right.
That
Yeah,
it
they're
was
still frozen.
dangerous.
Right. Yeah, they're still frozen.
But that's about all you got out of me.
Right. Okay.
So question for the guys, for the crew, where are we going?
Well, I figure first we've got to get back into civilization so we can at least get into transmission range now that we have this ship with us and
the missing
everybody
ship
else.
that we heard about.
so yeah, we've got to get some updated instructions at this point because we've got to drop this off since it's with
We
House
have
Pelagia.
a
I'm sure they want it
kid.
back.
Colin,
Oh,
don't
sorry.
talk over him.
Sorry.
So it seems that we also need to talk to Lord Tornar, see if we can get in contact with Master Ixarin. Ashi and I are hoping that he'd be able to take over and be the master for Nestos' training.
Do we want to go back to our little base, or do we want to go directly to the star?
Standard operating procedure is we head back to the base first, make an encoded communication, see if we can head there immediately or need to wait for a few days. Based on what we were doing, it's not like we were interacting with anybody, so I doubt we'd have to wait long, but it's
I do-
up to Lord Tornar.
I do think us towing this ship back into Tapani space is going to maybe attract some attention. So if we can find out what he'd like us to do with it before we get too close to civilization, that would be wise.
So keep in mind, out of character, the base that you guys are talking about, that's in the Elrod sector.
Okay.
Oh,
That is the complete opposite direction of the Tapani sector.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, also, just as an OOC note for everybody, there are little pieces of paper attached to everything with an uncommon tongue and a common tongue
Oh, yeah.
because they're teaching Nestos language.
Is it phonetic?
Probably not.
is it?
So we wouldn't know how to pronounce it.
You would have to do your best. I don't know if they have phonetics in the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of scribbles.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you guys are en route back to the Tapani sector right now. It has been a day travel time.
Okay. And it's supposed to take how many days until we actually get to the end of that?
At this point, 5 more.
5 more. Okay. All right.
Have I woken up?
Oh, 100%.
Where am I?
Where did you guys take him?
Medical bay.
So he's in the medical bay. So
We have a
is
medical
he
bay.
strapped down? Is he just laying down on the gurney? Somebody
We'd
tell me how you guys handled him.
We actually would have him. Yeah, since we don't technically have like a bay like that on this ship, we can put him in one of the three cabins that we have that have multiple, uh, multiple beds. So we would have him just in one of those beds.
And I think my character would have had him strapped down because he's an unknown factor.
Okay.
I guess that would make sense. We could have somebody monitor him.
Oh yeah, she'd be keeping a
For a
real
while.
close eye on him.
Uh-huh. Is there anybody in here when I wake up?
Probably me.
Well, let's see.
I mean, it depends probably on what room I'm in, right? Like, if you put me in the guy's room, then maybe not you. I don't know.
No, I think we would. I don't know. Would you put him in the
since
extra?
it wasn't determined, I'm going to randomly determine it.
Okay,
That works.
that
I was
works.
going to say T4, but I think I'm fixing him.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately,
And as far as-
T4 is beside himself right now.
Ah, no!
Literally.
Nasara is mostly occupied with mothering
Hmm.
the kid.
Right.
So a possible 5 people, 1 of 5 individuals that could have been there.
Like the whole back of the ship is like Montan claims it. Like there's pieces everywhere. Like,
Okay, so by the time Tycho, you are waking up, Ashi, you actually are there. You were lingering outside the door of this particular cabin.
Yeah, she would have given Nestos his assignments, and then she would have went and
Okay,
guard.
I mean, he just goes wandering off to go find words.
Nasara. Yeah. Find words. I love it.
Can I like see and stuff normally?
Yeah, you're past the carbonite sickness, so yeah. When you finally wake up, you can actually see. It's not like a bright blur.
Sure. I realize that I'm restrained. I test the restraints a little bit, but not a lot. And the door's open, and I see somebody outside. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
Hey!
the cabin you're in right now, it has what do they have? 3 bunk beds a pop.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Let's see here.
It's in the
3 or 4.
it's in Discord.
Yeah, they have 5 in each of those rooms.
So there you go.
Am I on a top bed or a bottom bed?
You'd be on the bottom.
Well, yeah, I'll say you're on bottom. Would have been
Okay.
easier to get you in.
And there's nobody else in here.
No.
Okay. Hey, the hell! Let me go.
So Ashi would turn around and kind of look at him, and then she would, Captain, our guest is awake.
Oh, all right. Here, I'll be there in a second. So then gets out of his pilot chair and heads to that room.
Seriously, I said, let me go.
Perhaps.
Okay, so he's awake. Hi there, sir. And then you see my character walk in. I don't think he was described last time. You would see him literally wearing shades, kind of like this. He's about 5'11", 165 pounds, short black hair with a white streak in it, tan skin, lean build. And you see he also he has a blaster on his side, and he is wearing like a nice blast vest. And he walks up to you and goes, "Hi there, sir. I know you woke up just very momentarily a little bit ago. Sorry about the restraints. Just needed to make sure nothing strange is happening. Do you feel all right now?"
Physically, I feel fine. Let me go.
Fair enough. He goes ahead and undoes the restraints.
I get up. I pretend to wobble a little bit. Who are you? Why was I being detained?
My name is Drade. I apologize for the detainment there. Right now, you're on my ship along with my crew. This is the Blue Saber. And
Where's my ship?
we actually have it in tow. We're in hyperspace right now because you guys were far out into deep space. So we're headed back into civilization right now so we can contact our benefactor. We'll call him for now.
Sure. Where are the others that were carbon frozen?
We have them safe. I know it's not ideal, but we have a couple of cargo holds here. We have them safe in one of them,
Take me there.
monitoring it. You got it. Follow me.
Yeah,
And as-
and Ashi will follow behind.
And as we're walking to the
As
cargo
he
hold,
passes her,
Yeah.
he gives her a look and then lets it go and keeps following you.
She just gives you a nod and follows in suit.
I'll
So-
just say Owen's just at the cargo hold with the Carbonites. We're just monitoring them.
we're walking.
Sorry,
It-
go ahead. Now.
I was going to say, it should be noted that he was also armed with his rifle as just a security precaution.
You're carrying around a blaster rifle inside a small cargo ship.
With a
Owen
stranger.
just,
Yeah.
Owen
That's
just
up
shrugged.
to you. It's something I would note.
Oh. It,
Is the Togruta armed?
Oh, yeah, she doesn't have it out, but yes, it's on her hip.
yeah,
It
Owen.
is.
I'm just saying Owen has his rifle because he's
No,
not
it's
taking
okay.
any chances.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
he's just
I'm
taking note of what's going on.
Yeah. But what's on your hip?
Yeah.
Ashi?
A blaster.
A blaster. Okay. And those blasters are regular blasters? They're not heavy?
No, hers is just a
Not heavy.
regular. Think
Mine
of
is a
like,
sporting blaster.
Yeah, think of Han Solo, kind of like.
That's
Han
Han
heavy
Solo's
blaster.
blaster is a heavy blaster pistol.
Oh, is that a heavy blaster? Okay, then that's a heavy.
Yeah. More like Padme's or Leia's.
I don't got any heavy blasters on me. Heaviest you're going to get on me is a blaster rifle.
Right. Okay. So everybody has lighter weapons except the rifle. Fine.
Right.
Okay.
And Ashi, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So we
Yeah, mine's just an E11.
So we walk into the hold and see Owen there and be like, "Hey, Owen, any fluctuations, or are they still okay?"
From the looks of it, they're fine.
He walks, or I walk directly over to them and look. I look at the monitoring lights or whatever the hell is on those
Sure.
things and see if they look like they're supposed to look.
Do you have any medicine, like first aid or anything?
I do have first aid.
So I'll let you roll first aid.
I got first aid, but I was just more just saying in the thing of Owen knows what the fuck
I-
carbonite is.
Yep, I understand.
Oh, nat one.
Well, yeah, but it's
Wait, you forgot the 6.
why is
You
it
forgot
not
the 6.
adding the one?
You forgot the 6.
You gotta put +1.
Oh, I did, but
You forgot
apparently
the
I didn't.
Oh
do-
yeah.
You
So
forgot
you
the
wrote down
six.
2D.
You forgot the
You have to
6.
say
2d6
2d6. We
plus
we
one.
run to that before too.
Try that.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Roll
Six.
again.
Nice.
You,
12.
Roll
hit-
again.
you hit a 6 on your
Yep.
wild die.
The first die, when you roll, is the wild die.
Yeah, that's what we've decided. So you can re-roll that.
That one
For
die,
additional
and
amount.
it'll keep going until you stop rolling a 6.
Ooh.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay.
so 16 total.
16. Nice. Nice.
So again, this isn't really your forte per se, but looking
Sure.
it over, nothing is, there's no red lights flashing. There's nothing that's, giving off a warning sign as far as you would know, or as far as you could tell. So everything does look optimal.
Okay, good.
Jerome, he's human, right?
Yes,
And the children are also human?
yes.
Okay.
Although you wouldn't probably know that.
Can we not tell
So
if they're
can-
human?
I mean, they're frozen in carbonite, right? They're
Right,
near human.
but well,
Like you wouldn't be able to tell.
we're kind of splitting
Yes.
hairs. We're splitting hairs at this point. They're as far as you can tell, they're nothing as far off of human as like a Twi'lek, or something with like Leku or Montrails or
Okay.
weird looking face. They appear to be human.
But I'm not in the room, so I guess I won't respond.
I mean, you could have seen that before.
So
Sure.
can you tell us why you were out here so far?
Yes. He looks at the captain and says, "Take me to my ship."
That
If I mean,
can't
if
really
we,
be arranged.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
hole- There's a hole in that ship. Unless we give you a spacesuit and such, you're not going into that ship.
And we are in light speed.
Yeah, we're in Lightspeed too. That ship is not inhabitable.
Can you not transfer from one ship to another while you're in hyperspace?
I mean, what are you trying to get from the ship? We're just trying to be safe.
I need to return to my ship to
Let me.
gather my belongings
Okay.
and to
we're
check the ship systems.
Well,
There's a giant hole in the ship.
Yeah.
Everyone
The
is
vac
dead.
suit would be appreciated. Yes.
Everyone is dead besides you and those two. And we're in Lightspeed. We're heading back to civilization because our ship got fucked up when we
Fracked.
visited. Yeah.
He's
So-
still looking at the captain.
So we have to go get repaired because we were trying to basically track a path in case anything happened. And we
What?
on our way.
hey Owen, he's technically not authorized to know a lot of our information, so
Sorry.
it's okay. It's
Sorry.
okay. Just
I'm just trying to. Since he's very insistent,
understandable.
you can get your stuff once we get back to civilization.
Actually,
He looks
I'll
at
leave
you
that
and
up to
says,
the-
"You don't tell me what I can and can't do. Captain, I need to return to my ship. By the way, I want to be very clear. There is no salvage aboard that ship. There
We're
were
not-
live people
we're
on
not-
it when you boarded it. It is
We're not-
not salvage.
We're not scavengers. They were already dead when we got there. They died of a sick.
I didn't accuse you of murder yet." And he
They
looks back
died.
at the captain.
They died of
So-
asphyxiation.
Right.
Okay,
Here's what we're doing. Just to let you know, we're on orders from somebody else. They're a part of House Pelagia. It seems like that was the house that you and this ship is a part of. So the plan is to take you guys back there to make sure things are okay. Yeah, we're not trying to steal your ship. We understand. A lot of things have changed in the past 15 years while you and yours have been frozen. I'm sure you can-
15 years.
Yeah, that's how long
Yeah.
you guys have been gone.
Yeah, that's how long that shit's been drifting out there. It
It was-
attracted.
when there was a last communication with your ship to everybody else, and we responded to a distress call. That is how we found you.
Yeah, from the looks of it, when your ship passed an asteroid field or something, it attracted space slugs of some sort that tore a hole through the ship, and a recording left. Sorry, Dad. From one of the mistresses had said they were hot wiring the life support to the carbonite to keep you and the two others alive. When we found you and the two others, yours was failing, hence why we had to thaw you out, and we managed to hotwire the other two to our ship, so they weren't failing. Your ship, unless you are a god at repairing a ship, cannot be used to be flown at this point because it is. There is a hole that would just probably rip you right out.
I thank you for waking me, Captain. I do still need to return to my ship.
All right. You know what? I'm not going to stop you. I do insist you use one of our suits, of course, unless your getup gives you your own environment. I don't know if it does or not.
Hope you have.
Well, it's on the other ship, so I would need a suit at least to retrieve it.
All right. Fair enough. We've got a few.
Captain,
Yeah.
should he be attended?
I don't think that's necessary. He's not a stowaway.
I've been asleep for 15 years, but no, I don't think I need the attentions of a woman at the moment.
Oh, there you go.
Now, sir, you're going to have to be careful with that. We're trying to be as friendly as possible. Okay, we're on your side, believe it or
Captain,
not. I know this is a strange.
May I have a word
situation.
with you in private?
What I miss,
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and
She's just going to exchange looks
Walk
with
with you.
Owen like
I was
let the
just
two of
nodding.
them go away so the adults can talk. But I don't say that. That's just the look he's giving the two of you.
right. Yeah, so we get to our corner of the room or whatever. Right. So
Yeah.
we can go
I'll be right
ahead.
back.
We can go ahead and help you out. Not a problem. We'll get you one of these suits. You're going to want to be careful, though. As we said, it's exposed to hard vacuum. We're in hyperspace right now. Are you going to need any help, or do you know exactly what you're looking for?
I will not be in need of assistance. I know what to look for and where to look. You have to understand, Captain. The people that are frozen in carbonite over there, they're my charges. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. You took us off of our ship. And I have a very specific set of directives that I can't trust you with. No offense. I understand it's your ship. I'm not trying to cause a disruption. However, that ship is not for looting. As the last surviving adult from that ship, it is in my charge, as are the people that are here frozen in carbonite. I appreciate your assistance. And if, as you say, House Pelagia still exists, they will also appreciate your assistance in this matter.
All right. Fair enough. I completely understand. It's your charge. You need to follow your orders, your directives. Completely get it. Here, walk with me, and I'll get you one of those suits.
And please ensure that none of your staff fiddles with the carbonite.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, yours was the only one because, again, yours was literally failing. We had to, otherwise it would have killed you. Theirs were stable. We just have them hooked up so they stay that way. But yeah, here, follow me. We'll get you suited up.
Which reminds me, do you have a data pad?
Dude, takes it out and shows it to you.
He would move to take it.
Hands it over.
Okay. Lead the way. And he
And
fiddles
then
with the
he's,
data pad a little bit.
while they're doing that, she is going to go find her own charge.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So she doesn't blow a hole in the dude's head.
I don't necessarily blame her. Owen just is obviously staring daggers at him, but he doesn't say anything as he just leans back to keep watch on the carbonite.
Hold that thought. Here we go. Where is... let me get the book pulled up. 1 second.
Dale, as we're walking, he seems
Yeah.
to be looking stuff up on the data pad.
That's cool. You'd see that like there's some files that are like password protected, but the vast
no.
majority is like completely.
No, he's not poking at any of that. It's like, what year is it? What's the status of the house?
Gotcha.
He's trying
That's
to get
what I
access to like the HoloNet. What?
Yeah, just basic like stuff you'd read on the internet kind
Sure.
of stuff, and whatever that is in Star Wars.
Right. Okay.
There it is. Ugh. Okay.
Verifying stuff that you guys have told him and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
Did you tell him the name of your ship? I'm
The
not
Blue
sure.
Saber. Yeah.
I remembered it, but I wasn't sure if you said it.
Right.
Let's see. Ashi, why don't you give me a willpower check?
Now's the time to roll a 1.
Don't jinx me.
Right.
Willpower, huh? Do I have willpower?
It would be under knowledge if you have it.
You should.
Okay, we're just gonna roll straight knowledge.
A Jedi with no willpower. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
I didn't know it existed.
Like at all.
She's not really a Jedi. She's
Oh, I have willpower. Interesting.
I guess that's something I'm gonna have to put on my shirt.
Did you just say she's
Thought it was
Padme?
after training.
She's what? Padme? Is that what you said?
No.
I didn't say that.
12.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so you entertained the thought of force pushing him out an airlock. And it's a strong thought, but you have to take a moment to recenter yourself because those were very evil thoughts,
Very dark thoughts.
but not entirely unwelcome. Bear that in mind.
Yes. Now I'm gonna go find Nestos. See where he's at on his homework.
Okay. So if you are, so you guys are in hyperspace at this point.
Mhm.
You're going to have to drop out of hyperspace if you're going to take the dock, basically the docking clamp itself to
Yeah.
reattach it back to the vessel. So
I
if you
thought it
guys-
was attached.
it is attached,
By
but
a
So we-
tracking beam.
but
Yeah, well-
but the basically the airlocks are not attached like that. Not for a hyperspace jump.
Okay. Okay. So then, as I hand him the suit and whatnot, and be like, "All right. So, based on how we had to take off, if you are needed to go in there, we're gonna have to drop out of hyperspace for however long you're going, and then reinitiate. Do you know about how long you'll need to get your things?"
I would expect that I wouldn't be over there longer than maybe 2 hours.
Okay. Just wanted to know. That way we've got it in the schedule. Let me get you over to the airlock, and he shows you a panel. This panel here, I'll just turn on the intercom, and I'll let you know when we pop out of hyperspace. It'll be just a minute. Boop. Be right back. So he then heads off back to the cockpit. Is anybody in the cockpit right now?
And I do watch where he goes.
Okay. At this point, probably Nasara.
Okay. So
I've been following around Nestos, but I can get wherever you need me to be.
Well, I was figuring if you were going to be there for Nestos's training with Ashi, that's fine. But if nobody's piloting the ship, it'd probably be a good idea if you popped in there occasionally, since you can actually fly the ship.
Sure. Okay.
Well, and he bunks in the cockpit, right? So
yeah, for now, yeah. Okay. So yeah, he comes in. Hey, Nasara. So our visitor is awake. He's needing to access the ship so he can get some things. He's on a mission, you know. So
It can't wait a few more hours till we get. Well, I guess it's a few more days.
right, exactly. We're gonna have like about 4.5, 5 more days of this anyway. So 2 hours this
okay.
far out, I think we'll be okay.
I guess
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. So just letting you know. I didn't get his name. Well, that's great. High points there. Sits down in the captain's chair. He's like, he gets in the intercom. He's like, all right, everybody, we're gonna have a quick stop. About a couple of hours. Our new guest needs to grab some things from the other ship. So just letting you know, get ready for hyperspace debarking in 3, 2, 1. And he goes ahead and
Okay.
shunts out. All right, sir. Yeah. What was you didn't say your name? He says over the intercom.
Sirius. Tycho Sirius.
Mr. Sirius, excellent. We are out of hyperspace. Be right there to get the airlock open for you.
I make sure my suit's on and functioning.
Head back. All right. He goes ahead and punches, the buttons needed to cycle the airlock and all that stuff.
Yeah. So so we're not going to play through all this. I want to make sure that we keep going at a steady clip, and I don't want to repeat what we did with David, unfortunately, where new guy gets introduced in the last 15 minutes.
Right.
Sure.
So, but yeah, it's still attached. Essentially, they've got clamps and everything attached to it, so it's not drifting or anything. Airlock seal extends, connects to the outer seal of the vessel. Obviously, there's no way to deal with it on that side, but you guys left it essentially, unlocked. You could just type the keypad and go in.
Sure. Yeah. So he goes over there and goes to wherever his stuff is.
Yeah. So obviously, last you saw this particular area was much more. It was all kept in quarter, and neat. Kept and it's neat and orderly and whatnot, and it's strewn about the things in here, but it doesn't look like anything offhand has been taken. It just looks like, maybe it lost gravity for a bit. So it had been floating. Gravity is now still established. So everything's kind of, fell wherever it was floating.
Sure. He collects all of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And is this like a cabin of his, or is it like his stuff was in a locker in
would have been in a locker.
Hold?
Yeah, would have definitely been in a locker.
Like in a hold or in a room or?
No, would have been in the hold because you, even though you were a guard, you wouldn't have been necessarily in their room per se. You would have quartered with the rest of the crew.
So on the other level?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so he collects all of his stuff. He goes up to the bridge and looks at the systems. I assume it's all still powered down pretty much.
There is power in here, but not everything is functional.
Right. What is functional?
Not a whole lot. Sensor arrays are still functional on this ship, on this particular vessel. Intercoms on the inside. Any doors that are still operational, you can shutter lock. The sublight drives are functional. That's not going to help you, but yeah, sublight drives are still online. There is not a lot of fuel left for the hyperdrive. Hyperdrive, of course, is offline.
Sure.
Shields are functional. We didn't really get a whole lot of stats, but I am of the opinion, and I hate it when they do this in sci-fi, that they develop these ships that are supposed to go into potentially hostile environments and they don't give them any guns.
Right.
I'm looking right at Mass Effect Andromeda. Loved the ship. No way in heck I'm sending a scout ship out there that has no guns, no way to defend itself. So, anyways. But yeah, so and it has like one fixed forward, blaster array of some kind. That's operational. Power levels in here are low, so it wouldn't. It's because it's just been adrift for so long.
Right.
So it's
And
not
can I
like
get any kind of damage control? Like to tell me where the holes are?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that would be a part of your the computer bay, like at the front. It would be, just chiming because obviously that's critical failure at that point. So it would
Right.
be on a computer screen, just chirping, alerting that there were severe hull damage and whatnot.
Right. So whatever sections those are in, I tell the system to close those off, like the doors or whatever.
Okay, so you just basically go through the computer, and as best you can, close off any doors that lead to those particular sections.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
I know we can't get life support back on in here at the moment, but if we can seal up the ship, then that'll make that part easier.
Mhm.
So we do that. I want to go to the children's room
Okay.
or wherever their like IDs and stuff would have been kept.
That would have been the room.
So I want to go there and retrieve those.
Okay.
You said there were places in here. I don't know if it was in the hold or whatever, where there was a bunch of like valuables and stuff.
That was in the hold. That's where you were encased in carbonite.
Sure. Is any of that hard currency?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to.
It would have been kept in like small chests and whatnot, but yeah.
You do whatever it is. Yeah. I want to get some of that. Like, I have no idea how much is in there, but I imagine it's not a small amount. So maybe like, I don't know, 25 grand or something worth of currency.
They don't have that worth in currency. They have most of it is could be exchanged for currency because they've got
Right. Or chain codes.
Chain codes are IDs.
Oh, well, there's some sort of device that holds your money.
Yeah, credit stick. Yeah.
That.
So they would actually have hard currency. So like the actual like coins,
Right.
for some of that. So there is some that we'll say because it didn't really list it, but most of it was like valuables that were valued to the family. There was also like precious metals that were there as well.
Maybe that. Well, I'm looking for stuff that I can use to pay these people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, if you were going to do that and being who you are, the quick and easiest way to offload that would be, I mean, they probably already got credits if you're, thinking like that. There was an ore that was on board that particular thing. I don't know if they captured it down the notes, but you could exchange some of that easily. Because that, to spacers like that, that would be cash. That would be better than cash in hand.
I see. And you mean the captain would probably take it as payment?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I guess I take some of that too. I definitely do take some of the actual money because
Sure.
I didn't really have any on me.
We'll say that you scoop up a box that had like 2,000 in it of actual coin.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to rob the ship or anything.
Oh no, there's still a lot there. Totally get it. What? Let me get the note pulled up again here real quick, and I'll let you guys know what that ore was. Here we go. Durrillium. So Durrillium.
Okay. And I also want to go to wherever the armory on the ship was.
Okay. That would be there
Um,
as well.
I'm sorry, what?
I said that would be there as well.
Okay. Oh, I want to see what's in there.
Not much. At this point, we'll say that there is a blaster rifle as well as a blaster pistol. Neither power pack is functional at this point, but could be recharged on the ship.
Right. Are there extra power packs?
There's only one apiece, unfortunately.
One extra or the one that's in it?
They don't come equipped with it in there, so it's only got the one that's for it.
Right. But there's no other power packs for other things or anything like that there?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Unfortunately, some of that would have been scooped up by the slugs.
Sure. From what I know of the ship's complement, were there people that should have been armed? Was there guns missing or something?
There are some guns missing, yeah. And you would have known, because you were privy to it, that there was a firefight that was exchanged with the assassin that had been on board. So
Well, right,
you know that
yeah.
there were other individuals here that were armed.
Right. Do I know where that guy is or was? Where he was being kept?
Unfortunately, no. You knew where they tortured him, but given everything that you've seen so far walking around, because you didn't go there first, but walking around, like, there's a lot of stuff that's in disarray. Like, there were bodies still left floating. And so even if you went back to the room where he had been tortured, he's not there. It's maybe he got blown out of an airlock or something, or out the seal when everything caved. Who knows?
Sure. So I'm going to put on my clothes and armor and stuff, my weapons. We'll put the blaster that was in there in, I don't know, whatever storage thing I have to carry stuff in. I'll put the blaster rifle, over my shoulder, strapped on or whatever. They don't need to know that it can't be fired at the moment.
Okay.
And take the ore, or at least a reasonable amount of it, and the money, and I think we will go back.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. If I have time left, I'm going to go back like 15 minutes early anyway, but I spend some time going through this data pad and reacquainting myself with the new time and the information I can get about these people and their ship and the house. And
nothing you can really get about them and their ship on the HoloNet per se. But they're not telling you anything wrong. It has been 15 years. Like, there's an empire out there now that runs the galaxy.
Would the HoloNet come up with bounties?
HoloNet does come up with bounties, yes.
Do any of them have them?
You've only gotten one name, I think, so far? Two?
And this
I
game
think the captain called Owen, and he called Ashi.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about Nasala yet, or about the furry one. If I don't have their full names, that's fine.
Yeah, you don't. It's not enough to find out if they have a bounty or not.
Okay. What about the house? The house still exists?
Yes. House still exists. You in the time frame you're picking everything up. House Pelagia is still around, but there is obviously historic articles to talk about that there was a big war that happened in the Tapani sector. led by House Massetti and House Pelagia, took a beating. They lost 8 systems in the exchange, but they're still
Right.
around.
Is there anything about the ship that I was on or the children?
Only that it went missing.
Okay, so nobody knows for sure. What about the nearest living relatives of the children?
Oh, another good point there. Since you're looking that up, their brother, their older brother by a couple of years, but older brother, he became the High Lord of House Pelagia.
Is he still?
Yes, Theus Paddocks.
I'm sorry?
His name is Theus Paddocks.
Okay. I didn't ask this before. Do I have, or can I get off the ship somewhere, any kind of like, I don't know, access code kind of thing to be able to contact important people in the house?
I would say yes.
Obviously, it would be old now, but
Yes.
that doesn't mean that they still wouldn't pick up on it.
Correct.
They just
So
might be
you
suspicious
would
of
have
it.
basically an outdated channel that you could try and reach out. Yes.
Okay. But that would require a communications array
Correct.
that I might have to co-op from the other guys.
Correct.
All right. Okay. All right. And so these kids had like a 2-year older brother who's now like 20 years older than them. That should be fun. Okay. All right. Yeah, I go back.
Okay. And Brittany, Kimberly Sunshine 24 says, "Hi, Nasara."
And when I get back on, I reverse whatever the captain did to, make it safe again. The ship being over there and that.
Okay.
And then I go back to the room that they had me in. I take off the spacesuit,
Mm-hmm.
put my stuff on back over top of that.
Right.
And then I probably didn't see all the way to where the cockpit was. So I go back to the hold where the kids are.
Okay. So is there anything in the
Yeah, I'm
interim between here and heading back that anybody is going to do?
Besides him hanging back, I mean, I don't really think anything special. I mean, I wouldn't say about the hold.
I would ask Montan how long he thinks it'll take him to fix T4.
I will tell Drade how long I think it will take.
Montan, why don't you go ahead and give me a roll then? See if you run into any problems or if everything is smooth and steady.
This is like the first time I got on the ship and couldn't find the on button. Wait, why did
Yeah.
I do plug in? Well, yeah, it is like that, actually.
Yeah, it is very much like that.
Oh,
Do you have
It's
a
going to take a
reroll?
while.
Do you
Say
have
what?
a reroll?
I do, but I also have time. So
Okay, sure. Yeah, unfortunately, the rebuild is going slower than what you anticipated. You have never run into space slugs before, so it has produced some side effects and damage that you hadn't intended. So it's going to take you most of the trip back to get him back up and running.
okay.
all right. Well, let us know if you need anything else. I mean, I know we can't get a lot, but at least we can be prepared for it when we're back in civilization.
Okay.
When I get back to the hold,
Mhm.
I'm guessing Owen is still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Owen's still there keeping an eye on the carbonite in case anything happens.
Okay.
Failure or whatever.
I used the data pad to try to send a message to the captain
Okay.
that he should come down here and talk to me, since I don't know how to get where he is. Oh,
Okay.
I pull up a freaking map of the ship on the data pad, by the way.
That's not hard because the ship comes up as a Gertok freighter, so they're pretty standard. It would be like saying, "I need a map of the YT 1300." It was one of those stock freighters that a lot of people own. So
Right. And they're not new since I've been asleep. So,
no.
but anyway,
he's got the Griswold family truckster here.
right.
But
But yeah, so I send him that message,
okay.
and then I go sit next to the carbonite things.
Okay. So Drade, you end up getting a message through the holonet.
Right.
Whoop.
You've got mail.
All right. Looks like he's done. He turns on the intercom and he's like, "All righty, everybody, heading back into hyperspace in under 10 seconds. Get prepared. And Tycho, be right there once we get into the tunnel." Goes ahead and jumps back in hyperspace. Do I need to roll for that, or
No,
are we
no.
good?
No.
Poof. Does that, then turns to Nasara and he's like, "All right, you've got the helm. Till I'm back."
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Appreciate it. Then he
Yeah,
heads
I
down to the
think
cargo
that-
hold.
I think that my character would have made her way up to where they were if they're in the yeah. So she's gonna look at Nasara and ask her, "Did you get a chance to meet our passenger?"
No, what's he like?
Rude.
Oh. Has he really been frozen for 15 years?
It appears so. But do not ask him if he needs any attending or assisting, or he will treat you like I don't know what they would call them in Star Wars.
What's the word you're looking for?
Like a scruffy
Prostitute.
looking nerf herder.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. This woke up on the wrong side of the carbonite.
Sure.
Well, hopefully we can get him back where he belongs and call it
He's
a
lucky
day.
he didn't. He's lucky he didn't wake up on the wrong side of the airlock.
Any idea what the ship is about?
No, he will only talk to the captain.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's almost like he's can't be bothered talking to us little people.
Well,
And
How
I
do
would
you
like
think-
to keep I would like
Go
to
ahead.
keep Nestos away from him.
sure. Yeah,
I don't-
That's. I mean, that's probably wise. We should keep Nestos a little bit secluded, I think, until we figure out.
I don't trust
think
this
I
man.
think he's a sort of a need to know
Yes.
person right now. How's his training coming?
Seems well. He's quite an intelligent individual. Has he been practicing with you?
Well, mostly we've been just trying to learn words together.
Yes, that's been
Figure
most
the
of
sooner
his.
he can communicate, the better.
That has been most of his training. Is the communication. And I haven't delved too far into manipulating the Force because I feel that his new master should really establish that. I'm afraid it might be kind of confusing to go from one teacher to the next.
Is it very different between teachers?
Sometimes. I mean, even though we all have the same philosophy, everyone gets to that philosophy in a different way sometimes.
Interesting.
And I trust that the one that we will be sitting him charged with will do him good.
I see.
Do you know where Nestle was when you last seen him?
I gave him a snack and told him to take a break, but I don't know if he caught that much.
Great. So she'll go ahead and just get on the aircom and ask Nestus to come to where they're at.
Okay, so holding that thought there for that particular scene.
Mhm.
So Drade, you I guess get down to the hold with with Tycho.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep this moving so we can
Sure.
eventually get back to Tapani sector and
Right.
Right.
And bring in the
So-
other guy.
For Drayden Owen, he's now wearing an armored vest. He has a blaster carbine, a heavy blaster pistol, and a blaster rifle that you can see.
Okay.
Some sort of helmet that goes with the stuff. It's not particularly uniform looking. Like it doesn't look like he's a soldier.
Okay.
But very different than what you saw before.
Got it.
Oh, and he also has a jetpack on when you're able to see behind him.
Got it.
Yeah, Owen's not looking very happy with the fact he's armed to the teeth, and he can already tell what the backpack what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's
Great.
not hiding it. I mean, it's a thing.
Right. Yeah.
You just wouldn't necessarily see it when you were looking straight at him.
Yeah. So he walks up. He goes, "Oh, looks like you've found pretty much everything you needed. Excellent. Yeah. So we're back in hyperspace now. We've got about a 5-day journey still ahead of us.
What is your destination, Captain?
Let's see. It's Jerome. So we are headed we're headed directly to the Tapani system, effectively, or
Mhm.
okay. Yeah. So it's
basically
like,
to the same system you exited out of.
okay. Yeah, we're headed right back where we came from, the Tapani sector. I take it you're at least relatively familiar with that area of space.
What planet are you headed towards?
The goal is to go to. Let's see. Shoot. What the heck was the name of the planet?
Pelagia?
It's actually Pelagon. Okay,
Oh,
so
Pelagon.
we're
Sorry.
we're headed.
Close.
Yeah, well, we're headed to Pelagon. That's where our the name of the person that we report to. It's Lord Exal Toronar, and he's probably going to be the person that we introduce you to, so you can get reacquainted with the world.
Right. Jerome, do I recognize that name? No.
Nope.
Is the planet that they want to go to what I would now know to be the capital of the sector?
Oh, it always has been. Yeah, never changed.
Okay. All right. When we arrive in system, I'll be needing to be in the cockpit so that I can transmit clearance codes. And
That's fair.
take this for your trouble. It's that ore stuff.
Okay.
Oh, well.
And
Appreciate
your
it.
trouble and your discretion.
Very generous. Appreciate that. Well, yeah, the bunk you were in, feel free to use that. Restraint free, of course. Need to store your stuff. You see, we have some containers in those bunk areas as well. If you need a tour of the ship, let me know. You've met Owen, you've met me, you've met Ashi. We have a few more crewmates as well. When you've got your bearings and you're ready, let me know and I can introduce you to everybody.
Very well.
Right. Well,
What's the expected travel time?
let's look at about 5 days before we reach the sector.
And to the planet?
Jerome, would I know about how long that would take?
Just like 2 or 3 hours from there.
Just a couple of hours, maybe 3.
Very well.
All right. So he turns and looks to Owen, and he gives him a nod, and then turns and leaves and starts headed back to the cockpit.
Okay, so we're going to fast forward through these 5 days to get everybody back into Tapani sector. So you guys fly back in, drop back down at a light speed nearby Pelagon.
Are
Specifically.
we assuming that I've met Nasala and Montan?
Yes, you've
Probably
already
by
been
now, yeah.
given introductions to everybody in the group.
Okay. Makes sense. Just wanted to be sure. Maybe he was hiding in engineering all the time or something. Oh, do I know about the kid?
You would have seen him around, yeah.
Okay. Not that I really care, but just need to know if I know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to understand basic is all you really need to know. You know, he seems to be trying to learn it. But so when you guys drop out of light speed, and of course you get hailed by the systems control from Pelagon, specifically from the Pelagian Star. Tycho, I guess you transmit your codes is what you're wanting to do.
Yes. Which I imagine will, once they figure them out, will have them direct us directly to the palace or whatever.
So you end up getting rather than docking with the Pelagian Star, which you guys were normally do to reload, refit, refuel sort of thing. You end up getting different directives, and you are on a path basically directly to land nearby a palace, which you guys have actually been here before. It's actually Lord Torinar's landing pad.
Oh, well, okay. All right, so yeah, provide all the confirmations necessary and get ourselves set up so that, are we leaving? Yeah, well, I guess we would kind of need to take the Regal Destiny in as well. Do we need to do anything special to that?
That's right. No, you guys have got that with you as well. I forgot. No, you would actually have to dock, at least for that, dock directly with the Pelagian Star. I forgot all about the fact that.
Okay.
Once that has been essentially offloaded.
And I give them instructions not to board it, that there's a contagion.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, then they'll get a team on that then to go over it with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that there's nothing leaking, and it's cordoned off from the rest of the station to ensure that nothing
contagion on the
gets.
ship with no air.
I'm sorry, what?
Hey,
There's
I mean, there were space slugs that didn't need air, so
there's a
you never know.
contagion on the ship with no air. I buy it.
Well, they're not taking any precautions, and I'm just reiterating that all that had happened again. And then with that, you guys are actually being taken down with the Blue Saber directly down to Lord Torinar's landing pad.
Do they give us a like fighter escort or something?
Yes.
All right. Yep. All those directions and land.
Well, this is very unusual.
Yeah, Nasara, this is kind of like in your wheelhouse. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe something's happened while we were gone.
So as you guys are coming into land, you can see that there's an entire contingent of guards lining the walkway coming up to the platform.
She will make sure that Nesto stays either with her very closely or with Nasara.
Okay, no problem.
Owen's eyeing this with a little bit of suspicion, but given it's Tornar, he's going to be a bit lenient since Tycho did just punch in the Regal Destiny's codes and they're landing at Tornar's pad. So it's understandable he's going to be taking precautions.
I recognize the guards, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Do I?
Just that they're so
you recognize the logos. They all have House Pelagon logos on them. Slightly different colorings, probably for the Lord of the House, but all wearing the same badge.
So would I recognize them as being not Exal's guards?
Nope.
But
they're all Exal's guards.
They are Exal's guards.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is really unusual.
Yeah, something's up. Everybody on your best behavior. Okay, here we go.
And of course, landing platform comes down. Lord Torinar comes walking down the the walkway to the platform directly, followed by the Baroness Ysain, and somebody you guys don't recognize, kind of following in tow. Matt, would you care to describe your character?
Certainly. So, late 20s, human male, very well groomed, kind of dress wise, Lando Calrissian from the Solo movies, but on like a JFK-esque figure. So kind of that nobility that kind of just oozes out of him. He appears to be, again, well-groomed, well-dressed, and very erect, noble carriage. Currently wearing kind of a traditional house guard uniform type of clothing, and armed with a staff, a technological electro staff, in kind of like a bodyguard-esque role.
So at this point, as Lord Torinar comes walking up, he looks perfect. He looks directly at Drade, and he's, with his arms kind of at his sides, like.
Has everybody gotten off the ship?
Presumably, everybody's getting off the ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I walk up to him.
Okay.
And say, "My lord, I am Tycho Sirius. I am in the employ of what's the title for Paddocks? Head of the house, or
it's all still House Pelagia, but you were charged with watching over Lord and Lady Paddocks.
Oh, I know, but I'm trying to tell him that I'm in the employ of the guy who's in charge now.
Oh, so it would be,
Would I call him to use Paddocks, or would I use a title? That's
High Lord?
Yeah, it would be High Lord.
Yeah, I'm in the employ of High Lord Paddocks. This ship is carrying cargo that is extremely precious, and we need to have it offloaded and guarded by your best men until he's able to take possession of it. I'll be staying with them.
And he says, so he, he snaps his fingers, and Nasara, you end up seeing security officer Sinat stepping forward. Chief, you haven't seen him obviously in a while, but his chief of staff brings several men forward, and they go on board to offload the two carbonite, two people in carbonite at this point.
I go with them.
Yeah,
then come back with them.
and he said, and he tells you that this is Chief Security Officer Liam Sinat. You'll be with him for the time being, and they will escort he says they will escort the Lord and Lady to a secure facility and begin the thawing process. And we are alerting High Lord Paddocks of the change.
Well,
He said, and so he looks to Tycho at this point. He says, "Will you be accompanying them then?"
Absolutely. They are in my charge until they are not.
So then he says, "Follow my chief security officer, and he will show you to the facilities we have set up to help with the thawing process."
I go.
Okay. And so as he marches off, and of course, the Baroness follows. She just kind of motions to Jarrus at this point, just like busy yourself, sort of thing, just or like stay put or go with or whatever, but just busy yourself. And she goes to follow the others. She's old enough to have remembered and possibly even met the children. And so he looks to Drade and he says, So
some things happened, as you can see. That was actually the second thing that happened. We managed to get the first leg more or less charted, not perfectly, but, well, we came upon an entirely different world that hasn't been charted yet by galactic civilization. We actually have an individual from their race on board because Ashi and I realized he had something about him. You know what I mean? So
I do. Let us go to my office for an official debriefing. Then he says he looks to Jarrus at this point. He says, "Jarrus, would you see to Ashi, Montan, and Owen and make sure they have something proper to eat?"
Drade, is this the guy we work for?
Of course. And I'm sorry, who gave me this instruction?
Lord Tornar.
Tornar.
Yes, of course, Lord. Absolutely.
Owen just pipes up. Lord Tornar, if I may. He produces the recording and ID. I had identified one of the passengers from the Regal Destiny. My condolences. He passes on Winslow's ID and recording to him.
So he takes that and he says, "I have a feeling that the High Lord is going to want this information. So Drade and Nasara will meet up with you momentarily."
So
He
is
says,
Nestos?
please follow Jarrus here.
So is Nestos staying
He
with
nods.
Ashi, or is he going with Nasara?
The child's gonna have to go with you.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she will just speak softly to Nestos and let him know what's going on. And
Okay.
she'll follow her group.
So you guys follow Jarrus to some place that is obviously not ship processed food. That's paced. You get an actual meal again.
yay.
And Lord Tornar takes Drade and Nasara into his office. And he says, So I send you out to chart a new section of space and create a space lane, and you come back with a child and actually 3 children. Their honor guard, a long since forgotten ship, and from what I'm being told, family heirlooms.
Yeah,
Could you
funny
have
how that
cast
turns
a wider
out.
net?
Hey, it's how we operate. What can I say? I know we did veer away from the main objective, but given that people's lives were at stake, especially with that entire planet that's never experienced galactic civilization, especially as it is now, and with the child that came with who has talents, actually strong talents, we're hoping to make contact with Master Ixferin again, if possible, to help with his training. But once we had him on board, we knew that continuing on with him was probably not the best way to go. But then on our way back, well, we found the distress signal, and you saw what that produced.
What it's
Also,
what it's
we needed
producing.
some repairs to the ship and weren't prepared to fix them ourselves a second time. So
I see. All right. Well, I'm going to need to take some time to process this information. Effectively, all of you are grounded for the next several days. You'll be staying here at the palace with me. So we will make sure that you all have accommodations accordingly.
So I'm guessing you know who the guests are?
You mean the 2 individuals that you found in Carbonite?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it good news or bad news?
It's a bit of both.
Huh.
On the good news side, everyone had believed that the Regal Destiny had been effectively lost in the black, possibly destroyed, because no one has heard from that ship in almost 20 years at this point. It's been quite some time. I know I've mentioned this to you in passing on a couple of occasions, but when I think we can come out and say it, when the Empire was coming to the fold and the Jedi were being hunted, House Pelagia was known for having thrown its support behind the Jedi for going all the way back to the Old Republic, at least. So when that order to kill the Jedi came through, naturally it hit our house quite hard. And he kind of motions, out the window of his office, and he says, "You're still looking at some of the destruction that they're trying to recover from."
Right.
That's where all of this has been tied into. What we don't know as of yet, and what my individuals on board who are a part of the scrubbing team are telling me, is that this was an assassination attempt by House Massetti.
Oh,
So I don't know how the High Lord is going to take this. On one hand, I'm sure he's going to be completely elated that his family is still alive. Family he had long since written off as deceased. On the other hand, we have confirmation that an assassin from House Massetti was behind it. I don't know how this is going to change galactic politics in this area. But for now, I can't worry about that.
Fair
wait,
enough.
has something else happened or?
something. It depends on what the High Lord decides to do with this information. It's not exactly as if our house is in a position to begin a war against the other houses without potential allies. And given our lesser political status in Topani these days, it would be hard to take this up the usual channels. They just don't have the voting power or the political stock that this house once had.
So you want us to plan it aside for the next week or so, just in case something goes end over end politically and we have to do something else.
I think it would probably be wise. And if nothing else, I could use the time to figure out something to do with your other guest.
Right.
As well as determine what we can do about this route. Because obviously we're going to want this route to go away from that planet. We don't want anybody to accidentally discover them somehow.
Yeah, that shouldn't be that difficult. We did have to go a little bit off the beaten path, but on the path that we took, we were receiving some transmissions. They have technology where they at least have radio frequencies, nothing faster than light, but yeah, we can range that, I think, getting far enough away.
All right. In the meantime, I don't know what you're going to do with their honor guard. You may wish to have a conversation with him once his particular duty has been taken care of.
Right.
I imagine the High Lord is going to have something to say about that. Also, I have an individual for your team who I think might fit in. So you may want to take this time to figure out what you think about him.
Sure.
He is a distant cousin related to my aunt. So there is a distant relation. It's nobody that I know specifically, but the Baroness Ysain wished that I would take a look at him and perhaps take him on somewhere. And I've worked with a lot less.
Well, all right. Whenever you want us to meet him, well, of course, we're going to be here for a few days. So,
Right. Well, he is in the process of seeing to the rest of your crew and making sure they're fed. So perhaps you could go to the dining room then and discuss with them.
Will do. Excellent. Well, thank you for seeing us again, Lord Toronar. I do.
Oh, and you don't have anything formal, do you?
I myself, no. I'm not sure how much of the
Nasara,
crew
help
does.
fix that, please.
Should I send someone out to pick something up, or are you suggesting we go shopping?
I suggest you go shopping.
Okay. All of us, or just Drade?
Do you know their sizes? I would be
I mean,
highly
does-
impressed
does-
if you did.
Does everyone need to be outfitted, or just Drade?
I'm suspecting everyone will need to be outfitted in something formal. If this is
Okay.
about to go the way I think it's going to go. Got it.
Should we bring your cousin?
Who?
Renee?
Oh, I suppose if she's available, I'm sure you could perhaps drag her away. She does happen to enjoy
It's
shopping.
It's definitely more her wheelhouse than mine, but we'll get it figured out.
All right, thank you.
All right. So then nods, turns, and heads out, and then turns to Nasara. All right. I can't deal with wool. Anything but wool, and then I'm fine. But anyway, yeah, let's find the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
So after you get out of the meeting with him, presumably Ashi as well as Nestos, Montan, Owen. I don't know if Jairus is getting something to eat or if he's just overseeing. But you guys are in the dining room. You're the only ones here. Outside of course, staff occasionally coming in, bringing in something you guys might have asked for, or a drink or whatnot.
Owens obviously has a drink, but he's also not really making eye contact as he's watching the possibly many entrances, as it's obvious he's kind of on edge from when he last saw Sirius.
Okay.
Because it didn't really take him that long to put two and two together. When he didn't look like a Pelagian guard or whatever.
Owen,
Yeah.
are you all right?
Sirius did not look like a Pelagian guard. No symbols or whatever. He even had one of those jetpacks, like the I think the Mandalorians use. I think that guy's a
Yeah.
bounty hunter or a mercenary of some kind.
Do you think he can't be a Mandalorian?
I couldn't tell for sure. It's just I know some Mandos use those, but I don't see it real common with
So you think he's
bounty hunters these days, as those things can get a bit expensive.
well, he would not be in the loop, seeing that he's been out of the loop.
He
for the
might
last-
he might have had been able to afford it 15 years ago. I think he might have been a bounty hunter or a mercenary of some kind 15 years ago. Because he was armed to the teeth with a carbine, a rifle, and a pistol. Along with that armor he had.
This could be quite alarming.
Yeah, it was when I saw him in the hold. Last thing I need
Did
is
you-
him finding out.
Did you discuss this with Drade or
Didn't
Nassar?
get the chance.
Well, they're here right now.
Yeah, well, we're kind of just talking to. Perhaps we should bring it to their attention, your suspicions.
Yeah. Because last thing I need is to get dragged back to the Empire.
So she's going to wave to get their attention and beckon them over to them.
Ah, yep, there they are.
And she sees Montan, she'll also get him to come a little bit closer to us.
Can I get a roll to see if I fixed T4 on the remaining days we had?
Yeah, you fixed him. It just took longer.
Okay. Cool.
Unless you really want to roll.
No, I'd really rather not.
Okay.
Dang, it's going to take 2 more months.
Right. No.
I thought you knew how to fix droids, man. I don't know.
You fix droids like I fix hyperdrives.
Oh no.
The dice give it
Yes,
and the dice take it away.
Yes. So she'll motion Montan over, or Montan over as well.
All right.
Owen looks at the two and just says, I think our guest might have been a bounty hunter or mercenary of some kind 15 years ago.
Well, that would make him one now, right? He didn't retire.
Probably. Because when I saw him in the hold, he had a carbine, a rifle, and a pistol. Along with I think a jetpack.
Well, then we drop him off, right?
And hopefully leave him because I don't want to get dragged back.
I mean, we're here
Well-
now. If he's in the house's employ.
in the fact that
It-
I have become interest to a certain group as well. So I'm not sure
Yeah,
how
that
they have
that one
me
house
listed.
that one house that tried to jag Nasara, right?
Yeah, there are active bounties on our crew.
Yeah, there are active bounties on our crew, and bounty hunters aren't really loyal.
Well, you might be surprised. Some of them follow a code of ethics. A lot of them do, in fact. Otherwise, you go crazy just hunting people for a living, even if you're just knocking them out and taking them in and you don't kill anybody. But this guy, Tycho, he's a professional, and he was hired directly by nobility, and he went
Yes.
this far for kids, and he kept to it. Even now, even when he was surrounded by things, he had no idea what was going on. He didn't know who we were. He's 15 years removed from his own time.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe that a bounty hunter could be tasked with a job of this significance and then just go right back to regular bounty hunting. Seems
That's why I said a bounty hunter or mercenary of some kind, because
I suppose let's
because
wait and
their
see how
ethics, I know their
things
ethics
pan out.
vary, and some of them go for the highest bidder. So, and mission wise, some of them just don't care as long as they get paid.
I think that we should just keep an eye on him just to be safe. Trade, I always appreciate your bright outlook on everything, but I think we need to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, it doesn't mean when he was on that ship, he was trying to look some of us up if we had bounties.
I was taking a look at what he was trying to find, and he was trying to mainly just figure out what was going on and make sure that everything we said was true. But I understand where you're coming from. I'm also coming from a point of experience here. I'm not a master with understanding bounty hunting or the guild that they have or anything like that. But yeah, he could have done things differently, but he didn't. And not all of them are willing to take jobs that are like this, especially at that time period. 15 years ago, a lot was happening.
Yeah, I get that. It's just hell, I'm pretty sure the ones even with the bounties, I'm banging the Slayer too, don't want to get dragged off to God knows where. Hell, I don't want to get dragged off back to the Empire. God knows what is waiting for me there.
Hey, Dre, why don't you
So-
just give me a perception check?
Oh boy. Perception. Could search be used or just straight perception?
I mean, if you want to use search, I'm fine with it.
Cool. Gives me a slightly better chance. Why not?
Okay.
$10.
Nice. Okay. Well, you didn't really need much to score a success. So as you guys are having all this conversation, Jarrus is standing right there.
Ah. Jarrus. We were
Talking about, bounty hunters and bounties and...
yeah, so Jarrus.
You were engaging in a
Crew?
hypothetical conversation. I understand. It was pure speculation on your part.
Excellent. I like where I'm liking you already, Jarrus. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't know if you've been told this by Lord Tornar or not, but he was hoping that we could take you on our crew. What can you tell us about yourself? What do you do?
Well, normally I don't work in the palace directly for Lord Tornar. I just happen to be home on vacation, taking a bit of time off from my travels. I work for a biological medical company, Bioprime Tech, medical engineering, on my day-to-day, if you will.
So medical background.
That could come in
Could be
handy.
very, very handy.
Yes, the company I work for, their primary products are in the back to tank range of products. So I'm a product specialist and a salesman.
Hey, Matt, not to interrupt. You have a light coming in behind you that's washing you out almost completely.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like he's on Tatooine.
Yes.
I just wanted to.
Okay, so can you not see my background then?
Yeah, I
You can see your background.
just
I was
fine.
just cracking a joke.
Right, but my background should be Moss Isley.
Yeah. We can see that.
Spaceport.
It's just that there's a light behind you or something, like as you move, and as that light comes forward and hits the camera, it starts washing you out completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
It's
just a
kinda like
light
an
behind you.
eclipse.
Maybe like do you have a light in front of you?
I have a tiny little desk lamp in front of me that's out of range, but there is a lamp on the other side of the room. Hold on a moment.
Is it behind you?
I was just thinking maybe there's like a mirror or
Yeah,
something.
it could be that too.
There you go.
Yeah, it could have been like a mirror or something.
So
Hold on, let him come back.
did and you keep pointing that gun at me, and you're making me nervous.
I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing at my camera.
Yes, you are. You are pointing it right at me.
Is that better?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
100%.
The
Oh wow.
lighting's way better too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yarp.
I can see your face.
Hooray.
So, anyways, back in character.
Yes. So normally I travel system to system, selling or hoping to sell medical supplies.
Interesting. So more of a salesman. How well do you know your product? Do you have any actual medical training?
Well, not to brag, but I did go to the Prime Academy on Pelagia, or Pelagon, so I did graduate with honors.
Excellent. Excellent. Do you happen to have any type of combat training or experience?
Well, as you may know, I'm second cousin to the Duchess, Kiona. So I have been trained as a house guard. Unfortunately, I have older brothers, and they will inherit the title. So I was sent to school. But one of my responsibilities as the third son was to train so that I could protect my father and by extension, the Lord and the Duchess.
All right. Fantastic.
All right. If anything, I can probably help you out with the combat training with what knowledge I know.
I mean, if he needs any, sounds like he's doing pretty well if you get trained by a house of nobility.
I know. I was just offering some blaster
Speaking
training and such.
Speaking of nobility, what did Lord Tornor tell you both?
We all need to go shopping for some nice, pretty, elegant, formal garb because, well, something big politically might be shaken up pretty soon because of what we've just done, who we just found.
Because of the ship.
And the children. Primarily, well, the children and what happened apparently on that ship. There was a Massetti assassin who was there a long time ago.
I thought the ship got attacked by the slugs. I've seen ships that got infested by them.
It seems that that may have happened like a lot longer afterwards, but the primary deal was there was an assassin. Sounds like they stopped them, of course, but well, knowing that, that's going to make tensions between the different houses, especially Pelagia and Massetti, that much worse, probably. So we don't really know what the reaction is going to be from High Lord Paddocks.
So it sounds like Tornar is grounding us in case something's happened.
Yep, for about 7 days.
Fair enough.
And what about our young charge?
Well, he's going to be with us for a bit. I'm going to keep seeing if we can get in contact with Master Ixarin. But right now, because of what's going on here, we kind of have to lay low. So this would be a good time for us to just get him to learn basic, as even conversational basic, because he's going to need that as soon as possible.
He's coming
if
along.
if I may, it might be prudent to introduce him to my son. Maybe they can keep each other company and give him a conversation partner while they're here.
That was my second request, if it
Uh,
were possible.
Electrical discharges.
Yeah, be careful of the pet your son has. That might freak out Nestos. If
Yeah.
Montan freaked out Nestos,
Oh,
just
I'll mention it to him.
okay.
What about your droid?
What about my? He's not my droid. He's Lord Torinar's droid.
You know what I mean?
Maybe he can figure out the language faster than the rest of us.
Let's
What?
not
I didn't
have
think
him
so.
get near Nestos. Let's just not do that. If
Let's-
that's fine.
Yeah, I would like to keep Nestos isolated as much as possible
Yeah.
until he gets to.
I'm down with introducing Nestos to Nasara's kid, but the pet and the murderous droid, I'm not so down with.
Yeah, he's not used to this multicultural environment. He's just known his species and that's it. So he needs to get used to galactic civilization. Let's ease him in if we can. That's why I
Yeah.
think speaking
Yeah.
first is going to help, because then he can interact with people he's never encountered before.
Yeah. Using
Plus,
the kid
he's
in
going to need
first is a good
somebody to
idea.
hang out while we are being forced to attend these functions. I would rather not take Nestos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, if we're shopping, I was going to buy a protocol droid anyway.
Good.
Okay, that could work.
Yeah, I can
Because
afford
that
my
was
own
going to
clothes.
be my third suggestion for the night.
Any other suggestions, Ashi?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay. All
So
right.
now I've got to stop being rude. Jairus, I am Drade, the leader of the team here, the crew. We pilot the Blue Saber. I'm sure you saw that. I'm sure you know Nasara. This is Ashi, Montan, and Owen.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had a guest from 15 years ago that was heavily armed to the teeth.
It's been a long time since we've. We've been on a mission for several weeks. It's good to be back.
Right.
It's
Speaking
good
of
to make your
which,
acquaintance.
Hi.
well, I got to see if I can trade in this out of character. What was it was like an ore that
That was
Tycho gave him?
Beryllium.
Beryllium, okay. So he's like, I got to see if I can trade in this beryllium somewhere for some credits, and maybe we can use that for the new get-ups.
You can probably see about some sort of like shop that forges or whatever.
Where
Uh,
did you get
yeah,
the
What's the proper
beryllium?
term?
Oh,
know,
it was Tycho's. He paid us in this. He had this apparently with this other stuff, and so for helping him out, handed this to us. So I figure we'd just kind of use this for us and spread it about. But yeah, Nasara, you know the area. You think we could trade this in somewhere to get a fair price?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
And
cool.
I was about to ask Jairus to accompany us, but I guess I'll have to ask him in a
Oh.
minute.
He's
I
out of
was
space
think-
talk.
Yeah. So
I was thinking about turning in my.
He's going to be right back. So, what happens in this time frame? We can fill him in when he comes back. Obviously, Tycho gets debriefed by agents from the High Lord directly as to what has happened. The children come out of the carbonite freezing, and they're being brought back up to speed. Much of what they experienced was bad because they're, pretty much everybody that they knew staff-wise. So pretty much everything that everyone that they knew directly ended up dying on that vessel. So they're having to deal with, when they went to sleep, their world was ending. Basically waking back up and somehow it's not, and they're safe, yet they didn't age despite it being 15 years later. So that is definitely some weirdness afoot that they are having to adjust to. There is, you guys don't hear a whole lot in the news about the Massetti assassination attempt. That is surprisingly being kept low key. However, there is a big celebration thrown for the fact that his brother and sister, who is Trad and Verenia Paddox, have returned. And that they are safe and sound. And for your efforts, obviously there's a lot of information that hasn't been shared, you guys were exploring or whatever have you, and came across them, however you spun it. Oh, pardon me. But all of you are given the Pelagian Star Medal. For meritorious efforts on behalf of House Pelagia. And Drade, the High Lord himself, has offered to knight you as a knight in House Pelagia for leading this particular group, if you so choose.
Graciously accept.
Okay. So just notate that down, and that you can and should be referred to as Sir when in these political climates.
Okay.
So it would be Sir, your last name. I don't remember what your last name is offhand.
Yeah. Let's see, that'd be Drade Kenner.
Drade Kenner there. So Sir Kenner.
Okay.
All of you. And of course, Tycho got the medal as well. All of you who were part of that, again, including Tycho, all received 10,000 credits as an additional monetary thank you for your efforts.
All right.
Let's mark that down. I got droids to buy, man.
Do I get my back pay?
Yeah, 15 years. No.
With interest.
Because on the bounty hunter template, it says that my typical rate is 1,000 a day plus expenses. So
Good
The
to
richest
know.
bounty hunter in the galaxy.
And after, of course, that whole debriefing, you guys are still at the palace. And this is your opportunity now that Tycho has been released from his service. For all of his efforts ensuring that the truth, however, they have not decided to let it get out, has been brought back to House Pelagia. You guys are after the basically the celebration took place there at Lord Torinar's estate, and there were several individuals that showed up, mostly from House Cadrian, which is an allied house in this particular sector. Nasara would have recognized one of the individuals who showed up. His name was Lord Parasol. He was a Twi'lek Lord in House Cadrian, also purple.
You're gonna have to spell that for me.
How about no?
Because I'm pretty sure it's not spelled like parasol, the umbrella.
That is correct.
Okay. Parasol. Okay. She would be happy to dance with him.
Okay.
Just for the
Um,
record. Fun fact, you guys don't know, but House Cadrian has a lot of aliens in their membership.
Yes.
Unlike
They're still
most
mostly
of the
human,
others.
but yeah, unlike many of the others, they have inducted and elevated non-humans to noble status.
And I would explain, since the others aren't familiar with the politics on this planet, I would explain that House Cadrian is probably the closest ally to Torinar's people. I guess that's House Pelagia.
Good to know.
And of course, House Massetti is the opposite.
Right.
It is one of the big enemies.
Man, this feels like home.
Really?
To me too.
Or are you being sarcastic, or
No, Batanui is a planet of intrigue and houses and power, and I mean, we have a reputation for espionage, Bothans. That's why. It's because that's how it works on my world. It's kind of why it's not totally why I left, but I wasn't really into the intrigue. I went and made Nona's career of it, and look at me now.
Yeah.
you're better with us?
So at this point, of course, it is up to Drade and the others if you guys would like to invite Jairus and Tycho into the group, or how you would like to play that out.
So yeah. So while we're like kind of
Presumably, this is at the party.
exactly, yeah. So we're at the party. We're like at our own table or something, and he's got his drink. He's like, well, so we have these two new individuals. We could ask Tycho and Jairus. I think having him on board, it looks like he's been around. He's got the bureaucratic look. He's got the nature, the experience. He knows a lot about medicine. That's going to be handy.
Yeah. Not mention, I believe Lord Torinar asked us to take him.
He did. So I mean, it's kind of a, but a pulse check. How are we all feeling about it so
Yeah,
far?
yeah.
Anybody saying?
I am fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with taking Jairus, but
As far as
Tycho goes.
Bounty honey
Mister?
friend,
As far as Sirius goes,
I would rather have him under our nose than have him behind my back.
Good way to look at it.
I'd rather. Yeah, I'm with Ashi on this one. I'd rather have a guy under my nose than rather have someone that knows where I sleep.
I'm not there
well-
for this conversation, right?
No.
I think
The other guy
I
was
think
earlier. though.
And also, we need to make
Because
it
I
clear.
prefer.
Okay, guys, everybody's starting to talk over one another,
Oh,
so
sorry.
be careful.
Need to make sure that he understands that Nasara and I are not there for any of his pleasures.
pretty sure that was a joke. I know you're not into the sarcasm, Ashi, but yeah, that's how they act. Especially guys who are. I mean, he's a lone actor. He wasn't working with the team.
Make sure he understands.
That guy
Got it.
woke up and it sounded like he started demanding everything from everybody around him.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He
it
did.
did.
When we got here, I mean, has he been
It
nice
did.
to anybody yet?
Well, I mean, if you look at it from his perspective, he had a very important duty. He didn't know who we were or how we fit into that.
Yeah,
Everything
he gathered
took-
that he got rescued off a derelict ship and brought out a carbonite
I
5 minutes
mean-
before he was about to expire, right?
Sure, it
Got
sounds like he could have been a little more gracious about that, but I mean, he had a very important mission.
I mean,
But the way that I am looking at this is if Lord Torinar trusts them enough to be on this crew, then so do I.
I mean, you're the one who has an active bounty on her.
We
So
all
if you
do.
want to bring a bounty hunter into the crew?
If we
We
bring
all
him
do.
on,
Maybe it
Right.
could give us an inside, look into potential hazards.
it's actually a good point. Yeah, there's that definitely.
Yeah.
And if he is with us, then it wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to work against us or try to collect on those bounties. And if he's worked with House Pelagia and he's already been rewarded and recognized for his efforts from House Pelagia,
Then he's free to move on to his next job.
well, that depends. What if we talk to him, see what he's all about? Maybe he wants to go off on his own anyway. Maybe he's willing. It is 15 years past everything that he knew. A lot of people he knew might actually be dead now, so his
And he
connections to the
doesn't
world are limited.
Sorry. And he
Drake,
doesn't really have a credit to his name anymore at this point, given the ship has a hole in it and it's not really his.
Drake, I trust you. If you feel that he would be an asset to our crew, then I'm behind you 100%.
Appreciate that.
I'll
How does
go
anybody
along
else
with,
feel?
I'll go along with this, but I'm making this known. I won't hesitate to shoot him if it comes to that.
If
Because
he
Done. Not
If-
lethal.
if he makes
Putting that out there.
if he makes another joke, I cannot guarantee he won't wake up on the other side of an airlock.
I'm with Ashi on this
Gee.
one.
I hear you. Be careful
Thank
with
you.
that, please. I understand people are going to
And-
be rude.
I get your thing for non-lethal, Dre, but I can't risk that.
I think
Oh
can't-
no, no. Stun.
Ashi,
Stun.
I can't risk it with a bounty hunter.
Stun. And the rest of us can stun.
We will cross that bridge if we have
If-
to.
I
When
think the part that makes me
when
nervous is that
Nasara is being taken away, I understand I fucked up there, but if it's on our ship, I can't risk it.
So the thing is that all the rest of you, I know you're not going to turn the rest of us in for money. Like, we know enough about each other. This guy literally works for money. That's what makes me nervous.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why we can talk to him.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's all about now that his mission's over.
Again, I trust you.
So then, looking around the room, can we find where Taiko is if he's in this same like banquet area?
Yeah, presumably. Again, it's a big formal function. Everybody around kibitzing with one another, or sampling food, so on and so forth.
Okay. So Drade's like, I'm gonna go grab him and bring him over to the table. We'll have a talk with him. Be right back. Gets up, walks over, shakes people's hands if anybody is walking up to him, does that whole polite thing, makes his way over to Tycho. Mr. Sirius, first off, congratulations.
Sir Kenner, congratulations to you too.
Thank you. My crew and I would like to have a discussion with you at our table, if you don't mind, if you're free.
Regarding what?
Well, the more the merrier when it comes to our crew. We could always use somebody who's capable, who's shown that they know what they're doing, somebody who can hold their own, especially in combat. We do some dangerous things, and we didn't know if you were going to be on your way or what you were planning on doing.
Well, if you're buying, I'll listen.
Sure thing.
I'm sure the drinks are free, but he says it that way.
Yep. So goes ahead and leads him back to our table.
Okay.
Points out a seat for him and sits down at his chair. So, I know we've all been talking a little bit on the ship the past few days. So we have just a general gist of where each of us is at. But Tycho, some of us are admittedly a little concerned about your bounty hunting past. So first,
who told you I was a bounty hunter?
Well, it seems relatively obvious.
You're well armored for an archaeologist.
You obviously don't dig where I dig.
Be that as it may, clearly you have some sort of mercenary-ish feel about you. Are we wrong about your previous occupation?
No. A quick check of the guild's roster would show that I am still listed there, though they aren't sure what happened to me.
Do you plan on going back, or did you have any plans?
That work is dependent on a certain level of knowledge of current events, if you will.
Right.
One needs to know who the players are, and I don't mean these people. The players in the underworld, the more nefarious types, the kind of people who have bounties on them. He looks at Owen. And my knowledge is no longer current. In fact, it's quite a ways out of date. In order for me to be effective and for my own safety, I need to get a better grasp of things as they are now. So I don't intend to take any bounties until I've had a chance to see where things lie.
So then Drade looks to the other members of the team, especially Montan, and he's like, does that help assuade any concerns?
No.
I think that makes sense. I mean, if in the time being, we do get paid for each of our jobs, so as a member of the crew, that hopefully would be sufficient as far as loyalty is concerned.
You think loyalty is dependent on money?
Isn't that how bounty hunters work?
No.
Okay. Would you?
That's
care
how
to-
mercenaries work. Bounty hunters collect on contracts that are set by powerful individuals.
Isn't that what we were just talking about?
No. Loyalty is something that changes hands with money if you're a mercenary. If Zero the Hutt puts a bounty on you, Montan, for 10,000 credits and I decide to collect on that bounty, that has nothing to do with loyalty. I'm doing a job and I'm getting paid for it. A mercenary, you put on retainer and they're supposed to remain loyal to you as long as you continue to write their paychecks.
Right. You said mercenaries retain loyalty, bounty hunters just do the next job.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
I also said
loyalty and
I
bounty
had
hunting.
no intention of taking another bounty hunting job until I have a better idea of the lay of the land, if you will. If I wanted to take a job, I'd shoot him right now.
You sure, Drake? Let's bring him on the crew. Sounds awesome.
It's
As it happens,
obvious.
I just got a hefty paycheck, just like you did.
Why
And-
would you want to shoot Owen?
There's a bounty on him.
How do you know this?
How do you know that?
Because I'm a bounty hunter. We've
Well, he
already
looked up your name,
established
likely.
this.
And you were frozen for 15 years, so how would you know it?
It took me 30 seconds to find your bounty on the system, kid.
Yeah, we have to use your alternate name, Owen, if you have that. That way it's a little easier to avoid that. But
And
given
frankly, I
that,
don't care. The Empire can suck it. They've never done anything for me. I'm not particularly interested in taking bounties for them. Have I in the past? Yes. Have I gotten stiffed by them? Yes.
For who did you take bounties with? The Separatists? The Old Republic? You've been frozen for 15 years. How did you take bounties from the Empire?
Lots of people have prices put on their heads
Yeah,
by
but,
lots of different things,
but you
not
made it
just by
plain
the government.
the bounties for the Empire.
That's David reading the frickin' background on the character template.
Okay, sorry.
It was the Republic. I don't care.
right, yeah.
I don't even really know there's an empire.
Well, then it sounds like you'd be open to perhaps changing your profession for now away from bounty hunter to perhaps a member of a crew that does various other jobs, primarily for House Pelagia.
You're not thieves, are you?
Not
no.
really.
Well,
Not
Say
technically.
no. So, no.
Not really.
No, I'm a mechanic.
Yeah, if you want to know what we
I thought he
do,
was the mechanic.
generally it's kind of all over the place. Really, we're more of specialists who do extra work that needs to be done. Typically, it's clandestine, but nothing that's insidious. We don't kidnap people, or we don't sell people to slavery. Nothing like that.
Sorry.
We're not hot.
Yeah,
It wasn't a kidnapping.
except for when we really, really want to.
Only if they have powers.
Right.
Powers?
No, that was out of character.
Well,
So what other things can you do besides hunt?
I can fly a ship.
Well,
I can fly my pack pretty well. Not Mandalorian well, but pretty well.
Okay.
Decent hand with repulsor vehicles. Convenient when you need to, move somebody.
Have you ever met a Mandalorian?
No, only by reputation.
I always kind of wondered if they actually lived up to that reputation. Because I've only heard the stories.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Well, okay. So I know it's a little tepid right now, the waters of this group being as they are, but I think we could use someone like you on our team. I think I see potential in you, Tycho. Honestly, I don't expect that to really mean anything to you, but honestly, I think we need a little bit of what you have to bring. So, would you be willing to join us? We all get paid as evenly as possible. We work primarily for Lord Toronar. I'm the captain, so I lead the crew on the ship and on a mission. The more we know about you, the more we might be willing to open up, and that way we're all one big happy family, because that's kind of important when you're on a ship for days or weeks at a time. How's all that sound so far?
What kind of military experience do you have?
I've
She-
actually fought in the Clone Wars.
On which side?
Does he know about the clone?
She is
Wars?
going to look at
Oh, yeah.
Drade. Like, are you really going to answer that?
Owen's just eyeing Drade.
Everybody's looking at
Oh,
Drade.
that's not right.
At that point, the Empire hadn't really begun. We were fighting against the Separatists. But you may have seen in your studies, a lot of individuals were betrayed. The Empire is not good for the galaxy.
Yeah, it was still the Republic back when I was awake before, so I don't know much about that. So you fought on the Republic side.
Exactly.
I see. Very well. And you're the captain. She said she was the mechanic. What's everybody else's job?
Well, Nasara here, the first mate, she also has experience politically. We have Montan. He is the droid expert and mainly technical expert. T4, that droid, that's his creation. Owen, we have as a, well, he's a fighter, more or less. He knows how to
He's our
scrap.
heavy.
Knows how to scrap, but he carries a blaster rifle.
Well, he's our heavy.
It sounds like he was our heavy.
Yeah, I don't go toting
Yeah,
around an
yeah.
armory.
Well, so he is the droid mechanic, but she's the mechanic?
We're both. I was brought on as the mechanic, and then we found out that Montan also had a bit more experience in that area.
So who's your chief engineer, Captain?
Actually, that
be-
is going to be Montan.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So she's his, what do they call those? Not assistants, like when
Say something.
children are learning a profession. What?
Say
Apprentice.
something disparaging.
Apprentice. That's it. Yes.
I was being sarcastic.
Is that about right, Captain? She's his apprentice?
I wouldn't say apprentice because we honestly just learn from each other whatever roles we need to take on. Being a specialist is all well and good, but if one of us is away, one of us is injured, it's good for everybody to double up on certain skill sets.
Well, of course. So she doesn't really have a primary skill set then. So she's a crew member at large?
She is one of our main gunners. Owen also works as a gunner on the ship. They also have combat experience.
They? Both?
Both of them.
Oh, you fought in a war?
I served, but not in one of the old wars, and I ain't telling you Which?
I also was part of the Clone War,
Oh yeah, on which side?
the same as Drade.
Oh, is that how you two know each other?
We
In a
actually
way,
met.
Yes.
We actually met later on. Come to think of it, seems like we were on different planets, doing different things most of the time. Honestly.
Two different answers. Very interesting. Well, and what about? I'm sorry, I have no idea what your name is. The
Are you
other guy,
talking to
you
me?
guy.
Jairus?
Yeah, that.
Oh, you guys.
So what do you think, Jairus? Are you wanting to join this ragtag team?
Oh, I didn't realize you guys had come over and got me yet. I thought I was still dancing with other people in the party, but
I think you were there the whole time.
well, my cousin, well, my second cousin, the Duchess, of course, was encouraging Baroness, excuse me, was encouraging Lord Tornar to find something for me to do. She's always been trying to look out for me in that regards, but I do have a quite successful business on my own. I even have my own ship. She just doesn't really quite understand that. But
She is the force of nature.
So you're the nepotism hire. Got it.
if that's how you have to put it in your head, of course. But it sounds like you're the unthinking muscle hire. So what we'll do, I guess, is if you don't mind me tagging along, I have been encouraged to assist you in charting this new path through unknown territories. There are some current trade routes that, while are excellent at the moment, are in danger of dissipating, and having a new trade route would be a great boon to the house. So I would be more than happy to assist in helping maintain and grow my house's influence.
So are you going back to that, Captain?
That's the plan, unless Lord Tornar needs us elsewhere. We really we follow his orders. He parcels them out to us when needed. We do have the option of accepting or denying, but we haven't really denied yet. We've been able to accomplish pretty much everything we've needed to. In the beginning, it was a little rocky, but we've got our footing now.
I see.
I'm
Very well.
curious. Are you always so rude to people that you just meet?
What do you mean?
Well, yes, but that's of course a nobility thing. I have to maintain a certain personality, and as you understand.
I don't think she was talking to you.
Yeah, no.
Although I'd love to hear what Noble Elementary School has on disdain courses.
Oh, those are advanced courses. We don't get to those till middle school.
Okay. Any electives?
Oh, look, it's a ferret.
Well, we have Jairus, Tycho. Do we have you as well?
For the time being, I suppose. And I will agree to let you know should that change.
Excellent. We're going to be planet side for the next several days, so if anything changes, let me know. Do you have your own comm link? We're able to get one that works on standard frequencies nowadays?
Not in this helmet. I can arrange for one though.
Good, good. If you have something to take down, in fact, that data pad, if you still have it, go ahead and hold on to that for a little bit. I can get a different one, and I can go ahead and hand you or provide you my comlink code so you can contact me. He goes ahead
Sure.
and does that.
Lord
Excellent.
Tornar, did instruct me to, of course, give you the hospitality of the house. So should you need anything in particular, of course, let me know and I'll make arrangements for it. I can do more than just canapes and light snacks if you need something else as well. I'm very good at directing servants to get me stuff.
Armor's good.
Here I was thinking you were offering to cook.
I don't know that you'd want my cooking. You might, but I don't know. But I'm very good at asking other people to do it for me, of course.
So you realize you don't have any chefs on the ship, right?
Well,
Unless you'd like it. We have a
protein
chef
taste.
droid.
It's pretty hard to mess up any more than it already is.
Right. Well, okay. This is going
Drake.
well.
Drade,
Yeah,
I
she,
have a question. Are we still thinking of getting the medical droid?
that I'm not sure that we need that. I've been actually also trying to work on learning how to heal in our own way. But Montan, do you think that we would need any type of medical droid on our team?
I mean, I had thought to get one before that doctor came, but then he went. I don't know what our product specialist over here can do in a firefight. But it's better than what we've got now. So, I mean, we
Okay.
can. I mean, we just got paid.
True, you're the expert on droids in the team, so I defer to you when it comes to that expertise. But the protocol droid, you still plan on getting one of those?
Well, we need something that understands languages for Nestos.
True.
Like, Ashijak is babysitting him full time because she's the only one who can talk to him. So we need a backup for that fast, especially if we're going to take him where you want to take him. He's going to need big translation. So I'm thinking of getting one, but I'm basically thinking of sending it with him when he goes. Because he's going to need it more than we do.
Where are you taking him?
We know a guy who can take this kid in, and so I believe that's our plan.
Yeah.
How did you end up with him?
Well, during our trip, we actually found an uncharted world, and he was a part of it. He has special qualities that seems like he would actually need special care for that he wouldn't have gotten on that world. So we took it upon ourselves to make sure he would get that care.
He looked kind of normal. What are you talking about?
He has special qualities. I can't really get into the specifics right now, but in due time, you'll learn, I'm sure. I hope you understand.
So hiding things from your crew is a thing.
From somebody with your occupational past, it's simply an occupational hazard that will melt away as trust is built.
There's a bounty on a child?
No, there's
Not
no
a bounty
And you
on a
think I would
child.
go after that instead of after this guy?
Oh my
There's no
God!
bounty on a child.
Maybe mind your business for a second. This is another mission we're on.
You guys brought it up, and we're talking about what you're going to do next.
Understandable. But please keep in mind, there are going to be some things that we can't provide you as far as information goes regarding us, our past, individuals that we're trying to save. It takes a little time for the trust to build. We won't delve that much into your past if you're willing to provide that same respect to the rest of the crew.
Well, as
So-
long as whatever it is isn't dangerous.
So
I do need to know about things that are dangerous.
I mean, I don't know if the question for me is right. Should we have a medical droid? If we have one, I'll make sure it's working well. But you know, does the
Did we
crew
have-
need a surgeon level droid on the ship?
Personally, I'd say it'd be a good idea just in case we have another instance of a medical person coming and going, or our onboard medic gets badly injured.
I mean, this is one of those things where, like, if you don't have it and need it, you're kind of screwed.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could say that to justify all the droid purchases. So. Look at all these skills we can collect.
Don't go wild.
Why? I just got 10,000 credits.
Didn't we have a medical droid on the safe house?
Give me a second.
Safe house, yes. Ship,
I
no.
I wonder if
No,
we
we
could
don't.
just take it with us.
We do not have a medical droid. We have several others. Jairus might like to hear that we have a chef droid. Who actually is really good.
I look forward to sampling his wares then.
But yeah, we
As
don't
far
have
as
a
medical care goes, I mean, you can never go wrong with skilled assistance.
How much do you think that would run, Montan, getting a droid that's up to snuff?
Funny enough, I have the book open to the droid section. 4,300 for one of them. 4,300 for the other. For about 4,300. Well, I could probably talk that down some.
When it comes to at least one of those droids, I'll put forth my money to purchase one of them, whichever one's the most expensive.
I mean,
I will
do you have-
also help.
does
I
your
will
ship
also help
have
with-
medical facilities?
It's not really set up that way. It has an engineering section, but not a dedicated medical bay.
Engineering sections do not tend to be sterile environments. Do you have
Hey,
back-
I keep it pretty clean.
I'm sure that we can arrange something. Also, I will help with the protocol droid since it will be going with Nestos.
Actually, I thought about this. So, and I'm looking at the map of the ship now. We could turn one of those escape pods on the back into a medical center with surgery table and back to tank and stuff if we so wanted to.
I mean, a back to tank will normally run you about 100,000 credits. I could get you a wholesale price on that, I'm sure.
Oh, wait. I can't afford that. do you have something smaller, like a back to can?
Not sure that's how that works.
A back
but-
to Lou, perhaps.
A tube of Bacta?
It is purchasable by the leader. Again, my company could certainly supply that.
But anyway, if we wanted to go that way, we could turn one of those big escape pods, which are like 3 times as big as our group bedrooms. We could set up the droid in there with some supplies and stuff.
Do you
Did you
think
say
it would?
group bedroom?
Well, bunks, barracks, whatever. There are a few rooms on the ship with multiple beds apiece, and we all got to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, we don't have access to a very large ship. It's a freighter. You saw it as we landed. It's where we live, more or less.
Nothing weird. I just meant like bunks, not.
But
I
yeah,
went to university, so I'm used to small rooms with several of us jam packed in for the lower classmen. But you kind of like to have your own space as you move up the ranks, so to speak.
understandable. If I could do that in the ship, I would. We'll do what we can. It makes me remember we do need to get more creature comforts for the ship as well. But yeah, with regard to making one of those escape pods a possible medical center, do you think it would still be able to retain its escape pod qualities, or would we have to completely change that?
I mean, I don't see why we would take the controls out, or take the engines off. Just, maybe like remove a row of seating and put a medical table there or something.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, yeah.
Add
we
a
can work on
character.
that then.
I'm thinking of like Inara's shuttle on Firefly. Like it's still a shuttle, but it was
Right.
also an apartment. So
Okay. All right. Something to work towards then. Yeah. Then I guess it would make sense to get a medical droid. That way we have a medical professional on hand whenever we need one.
Okay.
I've been meaning to pick up new equipment anyways.
Well, sounds like a good occupation for the next 7 days while we're grounded. Spend all of that money that we just earned.
I've saved some up ever since we've been getting paid. I just never could figure out what to. I never could figure out what to spend it on.
Okay. So with that being said, well, you guys can always take this to chat to determine what you want to do update wise to the ship and droids and whatnot. Just send me the spends, and make sure it gets noted in the notes too, just in case. That is actually where we're going to go ahead and stop it for the evening tonight. Almost 3 hours total, so pretty good length for the game. Obviously, the next game, next time we play this will be on the 18th per the schedule. So I don't know if we're getting close to Christmas time at that point. If everybody's available, if you are, great. Let's play. If not, then totally understand why. Friday is Mythic Savannah, starting at 7:30 Arizona time, and then on Saturday it is going to be Marvel Superheroes, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. Well, Arizona time. Sorry, we're not on Pacific Standard Time anymore.
No, I'm all by myself.
So, thank you guys all for hanging out with us. And all the follows and whatnot, and of course check us out on YouTube. Yes, Marvel Superheroes, and we will catch you again next time. Good night, guys.
Good night.